skateboard wheels would affect its speed while going down a ramp. And my hypothesis was, since the larger wheel has more mass and it is able to cover more surface area than a smaller wheel, then the larger wheel will have more speed than the smaller wheels. The materials I used in this project was a skateboard, a small 52mm and a big 65mm set of skateboard wheels, open paved area or a sidewalk, a wooden ramp, a skateboard tool to change the wheels, a stopwatch to time how fast it went, a measuring tape to see to mark the distance, tape to indicate the 25 feet line. That's where the finish is going to be, and that's where you're going to mark the speed. Helmet, knee pads, and elbow pads. Luckily, I have experience. Notebook or paper, a pen, and an assistant to help you time your runs. Well, my procedure was first to go to a skate shop or something and buy wheels small and big. And I was going to determine, for my third trial, small wheels on the front and 2 big wheels on the back. And I was going to drop in from the ramp, and my dad would time the runs for me, and I would ask him what time it was. I would write it down on a paper and complete it at least 5 times for each wheel. And I would use the first small wheels, then big wheels, and then take off the 2 big wheels from the front, and then add the small wheels so it would take less time. And I was correct that the bigger wheels moved faster because they take up more. Well, I found out that something called rotational momentum. If a wheel is bigger, it will rotate less times in a minute than a smaller wheel. Let's say you have let's say a 10 feet area, and you pushed 1 time. The bigger wheels would
Go ahead, you're doing great. I'm following you. Go ahead.
They would roll less times, but since they're bigger, it would. Wait, let me just read what it says.
No, you're following. We're following you, Matthew. You're doing fine. Don't get confused. I mean, you're doing great. Keep talking. We got it.
Well, the bigger wheels has more rotations per minute. That's what I wanted to say.
Good. Okay.
Okay. And I wrote down the times, and the bigger wheels had more speed by a little bit, by about 1 second. And I recommend that if I have to do this project again, I would use different sized wheels, different bearings, and a longer distance.
Tell us again about your results.
Oh, my results were the bigger wheels ended up going faster, but by about 1 second, and the small wheels on the front and the big wheels on the back, they were about the same average as the small wheels.
how many times did you perform the experiment?
About 5 times per... 10 times. 10 times per wheel size.
Right. Whoa.
So I performed it 30 times.
Right.
What if it was does the size of the ramp matter? Well, sort of. My ramp was about 1.5 feet high. But, yeah, I would write that down next time I do this experiment. But I have some pictures. Right there, and I have a model to show what happened in the experiment. I put a blue tape right here to mark off.
Speak into the microphone here.
I put blue tape as a 25-foot mark line, so it wouldn't have, because in this experiment I'm not testing distance, I'm testing time. So I would come down from the ramp and I would just try to read with a stopwatch. Thank you.
No.